What is up, guys? Today I am back, and we're going to be reacting to the White House card and matchmaking fighters for the White House card. And man, what did I tell you guys? None of you guys believe me. Say these picks are horrible. Well, guess what? Justin just dogged Ilya over 5 rounds, did his thing, did everything he wanted to do with Ilya. And man, Justin Gaethje is the new lightweight champion of the world. I said it. No one wanted to believe it. Cool, your take, but my take is what I speak, and I speak the truth. And I'm happy because I know Justin's good, man. We're going to get into it, what I think Justin should do, what I think everybody else in the division should do around lightweight, what I think everybody around the UFC should do. And I'm hype. Great card. I would rate it 10 out of 10. I think that was fight of the year. Ilya quit, but I still think he needed to. Ilya was pimp. He fought out through the third round, which I honestly thought they should have stopped in the third round. But it is what it is. Let's get right into it. First fight, Steve Garcia versus Diego Lopez. That was a really good fight. In my opinion, underrated fight. Diego Lopez obviously knocked him out in the second round, but I'm gonna say Diego Lopez. Not Diego Lopez. I'm gonna say Steve Garcia. He should go fight Joseph Zalal. I think they're both coming off losses to really big fighters. Joseph Zalal coming off a loss to Aljo. Steve Garcia coming off a loss to Diego Lopez. And I think it's perfect matchmaking. They're both in and around the number 10 area. I think 9 and 8. I mean, the rankings will come out tomorrow. I'm assuming Steve Garcia is probably in the drop. Maybe not. I don't know. They're both around that 9-8 area. Good fight. Maybe a main event in the Apex. Sounds like main event in the Apex. Next fight. I think Diego Lopez, after coming off that cool knockout, I think he's rumored going up to 155, and I like that for him. To be honest, 145 is not his division. As long as Volk is the champion, Diego Lopez is not getting a hold of that belt. They're never running a trilogy. I think the rematch was stupid in the first place. So I know a lot of everybody, oh yeah, the meme is, oh yeah, we want Diego Lopez versus Volk 3, but that's never happening. I'm sorry. It's just never happening. Dana's not ever having that happen again. Lopez is a cool fighter, and I think that cool fighters around the 170 to 145 area deserve to fight for the BMF title. So I think Diego Lopez to go fight for the BMF would be awesome. I'm going to say Diego Lopez should go fight Charles Oliveira or Arman Sarukian for the BMF title. I know Arman and Charles is heavily rumored for the BMF title, so I'm gonna say the winner of that fight fights Diego Lopez for the BMF title. I think that makes perfect sense. Diego Lopez is the definition of a BMF. The guy shows up on every big card, saves it, but nah, the White House card was not saved by Diego Lopez, not at all. But that was still a very good fight, cool fight to have on the card. Awesome knockout, awesome way to open up the card, and yeah, Diego Lopez with a really cool knockout over Steve Garcia. I think he should fight the winner of Arman versus Charles, which would be the BMF title, in my opinion. Next fight on the card was Bo Nickel versus Kyle Dawkins. We're gonna jump right into this because I really don't care about this fight. Bo Nickel knocked him out in the first round, good knockout. All these fights on the card were knockouts. Y'all probably watched it, y'all know. Yeah, but really good freaking card. Kyle Dawkins, he should go fight Edmund Shahbazyan. They both are coming off losses. One's coming off a loss to Brendan Allen. One's coming off a loss to Bo Nickel. Both have similar time frames. I think that makes a lot of sense in the division, in the middleweight division. Bo Nickel, I want him in the rankings. I think he should go fight Izzy. I love Izzy, but it's your time, brother. Your time has come. Bo Nickel would definitely beat Izzy. I mean, unless Izzy has a vintage performance and goes out and knocks him out. Maybe I could see that happen, but I doubt that. I think Bo Nickel would probably submit him or TKO him, kind of like how Pfeiffer did. But yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense in the total grand scheme of things. So yeah, I would definitely say that Bo Nickel versus Izzy makes a lot of sense. So yeah. Next fight on the card was Mauricio Hufi versus Michael Chandler, and now this one's kind of funny. Michael Chandler. I think Michael Chandler should go fight Beneil Dariush. I think that the loser of this fight, someone's getting chinned. The loser of this fight, the winner of this fight, regardless, they need to retire. Someone is getting absolutely slaughtered. I honestly think it would be Michael Chandler. Michael Chandler got chinned in the first round yesterday by Mauricio Hufi. Absolutely dominating display of mixed martial arts from Mauricio Hufi. Dominated him in the striking. Michael Chandler had no answer for anything Mauricio Hufi gave to him. And honestly, I don't know what Michael Chandler was doing. He should retire. But no, he's not gonna retire. He's gonna do something dumb. And a perfect fight that makes sense is another guy who should retire, but it's not gonna retire. Is Beneil Dariush. He just got knocked out by Colin Saul killed. It's perfect timeline. Who wouldn't want Michael Chandler to go fight Beneil Dariush? It's too funny of a fight to not have. And yeah, Beneil Dariush has always been in the rankings alongside Michael Chandler for however long Michael Chandler has been in the UFC. So it makes perfect sense. And yeah, we're gonna go with Michael Chandler to fight Beneil Dariush because why the hell not? And we'll have Mauricio Hufi. I believe he should fight the loser of Max vs. Connor. There's not really anybody in the top 6 that's not either booked or it makes sense for a fight with Hoofy. Charles, I believe, is going to fight Armand for the BMF. Max is fighting Connor at 170. And BSD and Patty are all booked. So Mauricio Hoofy's in kind of a weird situation where he has nobody to fight. So I think he's going to have to be forced to wait. And he's going to have to fight the loser of the Connor versus Max fight. Or the winner of the Connor versus Max fight. I think that it'll be the winner I think it'll be the loser rather than the winner, just due to how it is. But you know what? It is what it is, and honestly, I think it's a good situation for whoever loses that fight. Next fight on the night was Derek Lewis versus Josh Hokett. I got one major question. Derek Lewis, what were you genuinely doing? You went out there, and I think I could have had a better performance against Hokett, man. That was just disgusting. That wasn't a display of mixed martial arts. You went out in front of the president and did that. You said that was going to be your best performance ever in your whole career, and you went out there and just flopped like a fish. You went out there and did worse than you did against Waldo, and that Waldo performance was putrid. And to the eye, that was just a waste of 15 minutes. Hokett did anything he wanted to Derek Lewis, and I think Hokett should go fight Alex. I think it makes perfect sense. He made the call out. He did everything he needed to do to get the fight, and if that happens, it happens. But if it doesn't, it doesn't. I think Alex is either going to retire or he's going to fight Hokett. There's no in between. Alex is not going back to 205. There's no way. No way in my head that he goes to 205. He's cut. He's put on so much weight that I think going back down to 205 is just a health risk at that point. So in my opinion, what perfect sense it makes is to give Hokett versus Alex, and if that happens, it happens. I don't know if it will. It's just because it's a dangerous fight for both men. But for Lewis got to retire, bro. Your time has come. Hang up the gloves. You should have hung up the gloves like Chandler should have in the middle of the octagon in the White House. The pinnacle of your career was right there. You're not getting higher in your career. That's perfect sense to retire there, but you want to keep going. You want to keep going. It is what it is. I'm not you. If I was you, I would both retire for him and Chandler. But you know what it is, what it is. Hokett and I think Alex would make perfect sense, and Lewis is going to retire. So let's move on to the next fight on the card, which was the Sugar Sean versus Zahabi. Zahabi, insane fight, by the way. I love you, Sean O'Malley. Sean O'Malley, you're a legend for that knockout. Those who know why. I'm not exposing that on YouTube, but Sugar Sean O'Malley, insane, great knockout. Second round. And yeah, Ayman Zahabi, you're getting sent to the Apex, brother. Send him to a 2-3 year no, not Dagestan. We're sending him 2-3 years to the Apex and forget. Perfect Apex co-main event. Him versus Raul Rosas Jr. Chiwiwis versus Ayman Zahabi. I actually think Ayman Zahabi wins that by split decision. He's a split decision merchant, but you know what it is, what it is. Sugar Sean O'Malley, Marab, you are holding up the trilogy. I love you, Marab, but you are holding up the trilogy. In the meantime, before the trilogy, let's book this fight in October, December, November. Perfect co-main event for the MSG card in November. I'm thinking, I don't know, Aspinall Gone main event with an O'Malley Yan co-main. That is a great card in the beginning, like just thoughts of it. Because Marab, brother, you're holding up this division. I know you want the trilogy, but you can wait for the trilogy, brother. O'Malley deserves the title shot. He does. He just went out and knocked out Ayman Zahabi on the White House lawn. That was insane. You're holding up the trilogy. Merab's hurt all the time now for some reason. He was the most active fighter of 2025. Now he's all the way time hurt this year. It's insane. I don't know why. But I think that Sugar Sean O'Malley deserves the title shot. He had an insane knockout over him as a hobby. And it's well deserved. I'm thinking co-main event in November, or maybe even a main event in December in Vegas. Let's get Piotr Jan back into the octagon, and let's get the rematch. You know, people are always talking about how Jan actually beat O'Malley. I think Jan beat him, but you know what? A different fight, a different day. Judges might score it differently, and it happened that day where O'Malley got the better of the judges. Looking back at it, O'Malley won the fight. I remember watching it. I thought Jan won, but you know what? O'Malley won. Looking back at it, he did, and well deserved. O'Malley in the rematch versus Jan, it's a good fight. You know, you don't know. Especially with Justin beating Ilya, you never know in this sport. Sean Strickland beating Hamza, you never know in this sport. Give me Sean. Just thinking about it, I think Sean would beat Jan in a rematch. But you know what? It is what it is. I think Jan to fight Sean makes the most sense. And then I'm in to fight Raul Rosas makes a lot of sense. Let's go to the co-main event. Co-main event. I'm going to be sad for this one because Alex lost. But yeah, Alex lost. He got knocked out cold. Cyril gone. Fight Aspinall. That's pretty obvious. Alex, I think he's gonna fight Hokit. Simple. Done. I don't want to even talk about it. I'm so mad. So annoying. But the main event. This is where things go down. I told every single one of you that Ilya Topuria was going to gas out, look for a finish, and die in that octagon. And boy, did he crumble like a little toddler. He quit. Call him Rainier the Quitter. He is Ilya El Quitador. He quit. He quit. Gaethje was beating him up, and he quit. I mean, I'm not going to lie. Ilya was pimp for doing his thing. He went out there and was looking tough. He had like double orbital damage with 3 quadruple black eyes. He was cooked, but you know what? He went out there and fought like a pimp. That was fight of the night, fight of the year. I don't care. I think Ilya is a great fighter, but he needs to rest, man. There is no need for him to get back in the octagon anytime soon. I think that boxing might even open up a corridor for him. I could see him going to switch over and fight a high-level boxer like Shakur for an insane paycheck, kind of like what Conor did to go fight Floyd. For Gaethje, I think Gaethje, he also might retire, which I don't like to hear, but you know what? He might. Alex might retire. Lewis should retire. Chandler might retire. A lot of retirements may happen on this White House card, kind of like a passing of the torch to the younger generation. It's insane, but it is the truth. I don't like it, but we are getting older. You know, Justin did his thing. Ilya got smoked. I predicted the Ilya downfall. We were here for when I predicted the Ilya downfall. No one predicted Ilya to lose. I was the only creator to predict Justin to win. No one thought that. I did. I know what I'm talking about, man. Hop on the train. Don't be dumb. I also said Tatsuro Tairo beat Joshua Van. But that's besides the point. I was here to say that Justin Gaethje would whoop Ilya. I said he would take him into deep waters because Ilya ain't even been to deep waters like Justin has, man. Justin's been into wars with Max. Now, I had this hot take earlier today with my friends at school. Justin has never been knocked out cold like that. The only time this guy gets slumped is when he's being stupid. And Ilya was not Ilya. And Justin was locked in. He was being stupid with Max. Got slumped, right? All right. When he was locked in, I saw him walk out. I knew there was something in his soul. He had to get this victory or else he was going to die. It was like something like he made a deal with the devil or something. He was going to go out there. He was either getting sacrificed or winning this fight. He went out there. And by the way, that knee he landed at the end of the 4th round. Oof. That was dangerous. That was dirty. As Ilya would say, oh, that was dangerous. That was dangerous. Shut up, Ilya. You're getting all bad. All right, I'm getting off track.
That's dangerous.
what was I gonna say? Justin, I think either Arman, like even Hoofy might fight him. I don't know. Lightweight's confusing. I think Ilya and Justin both should take a little bit of time off. Maybe even Quill and Salkill and Dan Hooker gets a title shot. No. Confusing state lightweights in. I think Justin should retire, man. I just don't see what else. I mean, that's the pinnacle of his career. Huge win on the White House lawn. Ilya versus Arman, maybe. Ilya versus Charles. Ilya versus the winner of Max versus Connor could either. A lot of things could happen with Justin Gaethje. Ilya, just chill out, bro. But you know what I do think will happen? I think the winner of BSD versus Patty is going to get Justin. And I think that because the Patty fight, Ilya Patty, it could sell, but like it's not going to sell as a feature fight or fight night main event. Patty Justin, that was a war the first fight, and it'll be nice to see if Patty's striking. If Patty beats up BSD on the feet, it could be interesting to see how his striking gets better for the camp against Justin again in the rematch, because his striking was lackluster in the first fight. He got dropped many times, and we could see if it's improved by any sort. So I think that would be cool to see. But yeah, interesting fights around the weight classes of the UFC, and I'm pretty excited. Awesome fights. But that's it for the video. Thank you guys for watching, and peace out, boys.